UsualSuspect6.com.
We are back, baby. We are fucking back. We're back. Classic. We are back. We are back.
It's a Usual Suspect take.
Spit your game, talk your shit. We are back for another episode of Open Mic. I'm your boy KG. And you know who I got with me? You know what I'm saying?
It's your favorite yet your most hated fella, aka the US 6 Fight Pool Commissioner Dana Blizzak. The lounge is open. This ain't your polished panel or scripted debate. These are these raw lines and raw voices and raw opinions straight from the boxing trenches. Hit the link in the chat, step into the fire. You're gonna get your 3 minutes to talk your talk. Uncut, unfiltered, unapologetic. Break down the fight, call out the BS, defend your fighter, or press your agenda. It's your mic. But understand, the host, you might pull up as moderators or jump in and straight debate your takes if the smoke is needed. But if you scared, stay your ass in the chat. Links will be posted in the chat in a short few. KG, do we have a guest pulling up to the lounge tonight?
Yeah, we actually do, man. You know what I'm saying? And like anybody that I deal with, man, you know what I'm saying? They're usually punctual, they're usually on time, you know what I'm saying? And without further ado, you know what I'm saying? Our special guest tonight, you know what I'm saying, is Hello World.
Hello World. What's good, man?
There you go. What's going on with you today? What's going on with you, man? How you doing?
Well, I'm kicking it, man. Just got some shocking news from one of my homegirls. So, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to make sure everybody good.
Yeah.
Welcome to the lounge. Welcome to the lounge, my brother Tay Jones. The platform is yours. Once again, we have a plethora of topics on our menu here at the US 6 Open Mic Lounge, but I know you got something particular. You know what I mean? Being the guest host, I know you got something particular you want to grab the mic to. You know what I mean? And possibly get off your chest in the day. So we definitely appreciate you for pulling up. You know what I mean? And being a part and helping us host this here open mic once again on the US 6 Sports and Entertainment, Sports and Hub for entertainment. But tonight's menu, we got, of course, the Norman Haney aftermath. You know what I mean? So of course it's beautiful that we have you in the lounge with us to definitely elaborate on that, being what we could say a Team Norman insider. Could we say that on my capping?
Nah, you can say that.
We also got on the menu Wilder versus Usyk. Once again, it's a beautiful thing that we have you inside the lounge hosting, helping us co-host the show, because we can say you were insider on Team Wilder. Can we say that on my capping?
Nah, you can say it as well.
I definitely love to hear your opinion about the AJ and Jake Paul fight. You know what I mean? So we definitely gonna cook on that. We definitely want to chat, all the listeners to pull up and cook on all these topics that we got, but that's definitely a topic that's on tonight's menu. Matthias and his failed drug test, so to speak. Is he innocent? Some may say he's guilty, but as far as the New York State Athletic Commission and the WBC say, hey, the tests are low enough, the fight's a go. So we're gonna be cooking on that. That's a topic that we want the people to cook on, if such. And of course, WBC, belted trash. You know what I mean? And we have 6 reasons why the US 6 don't put the belt to trash in regards to the WBC on the website, usualsuspect6.com, right? So make sure y'all go check that out. But we might have a 7th reason that they're putting it in tonight. A 7th reason why we putting belt to trash, because Alicia Baumgardner, she just had a great fight yesterday evening on the Netflix special undercard for AJ and Jake Paul. But instead of defending for that undisputed title, it was just a unified championship fight, because the WBC refused to get involved due to the 3-minute round factor in women's fight. All the other sanctioning bodies went along with it, but the WBC wanted it to be 2 minutes. Alicia Baumgardner, what'd she do? She put belt to trash, as we did. But those are tonight's topics, tonight's appetizers on the lounge menu, the open mic lounge. Yes, indeed. Tay Jones, I'll let you take the mic. Spit your shit. You got as long as you want. We gonna put the link in the chat for all the listeners and all the people in the chat. They want to spit their boxing bars. Once y'all got 3 minutes, we got the whole show.
Yep, whatever you want to hit on this dev list, go ahead and get the dev chopping it up. Let's stir some shit, because I know somebody gonna click the link.
Cool. I mean, which you want me to kick it off with?
Hey, how you want to do it? That's on the menu, man. You know how it is when you open up your menu. What you want to eat first? The appetizer? You want to then dive in, or you want to eat dessert first? You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I want to start off with last night.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna start off with last night. I ain't gonna lie, like last night, man, is I ain't gonna lie, man. Last night was one of them nights where I needed AJ to win, man. I needed AJ to win. Some people criticize him because it took him a little minute, but at the same time, I don't really think AJ was really trying to push the issue like that for real. You know, he was just letting him tire himself off himself out once he saw that, you know, like this kid can't really do nothing with me, even though he probably thought that in his head. But, you know, he was being precautious, if you ask me, just in case kid throw something crazy, whatever the case may be. But man, it needed to happen, man. I think it needed to show people that, you know, you really can't play boxing. You can play it on Undisputed, you can play it on whatever knockouts and all that other stuff they got out there, but you can't play boxing. I'm not saying Jake Paul be playing boxing, but it can be perceived like that for sure, man. And you know, this is only his, if you ask me, second real fight. You know, you saw what he did against Huey Fury, I think Huey Fury, Tommy Fury, my bad. But and that was, you know, a subpar fight. And then of course now you know, all of a sudden you grow big kahunas, and then it's a no-show. You know, you ran around the ring. You know, people would say, "Oh, he lasted this long with him." Did you not see him running? Now that's the definition of someone running in the ring. Just so we ain't lying. That's the definition of someone running the ring, man. You know, they'll criticize all these fighters of he running this, he running that, but Jake Paul do it, or they glorify him for just staying in the ring for 6 rounds. I'm like, man, come on, kill the shit, man. But you know, it needed to happen though. It definitely needed to happen, and you saw the suffix of what happened. You know, came out with a broken jaw on 2 sides of his mouth, and that's definitely what was needed for sure,
bro. What I saw in that fight, man, it looked to me, and you've probably seen it too. AJ could have blitzed him out of at the first bell. He could have blitzed him. You know what I'm saying? Like if he chose to, because you can tell he was pulling his punches, because he was like, I know I don't have to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You already, you know what I'm saying? When he landed a real punch, you saw what a real punch did to him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know if these guys are, you know what I'm saying, just playing with him, and you know what I'm saying, but they're working with him, because like I said, the kid gets better. But like I said, when they put a 22 by 22 inch foot ring, I said, yeah, this kid's gonna run around. He's looking for survival. That's the game plan. The game plan is try to find the final bell and say he went 8 rounds with an elite heavyweight. That's what he was searching for. There was no chance of him knocking him out because there was no punches thrown. And then I think the ones that did land, AJ, you know what I'm saying, being, you know what I'm saying, we point him out as being chinny, didn't, you know what I'm saying, wasn't fazed by anything. You know what I'm saying? The ones that did land flush. And at that point, we knew the gas tank was going to run out. But yeah, you got to bite down on that mouthpiece, man. You in here with the loose mouth and your noodle knot.
Yeah. And like I said before, man, it was definitely needed, man, for sure. But all that falling and comical stuff, and man, listen, man, get it out of it. It just,
yeah, he didn't want to be there. And I think as a boxer, an actual, you know what I'm saying, real fighter, AJ should have really pressed to them, get him up out of there sooner when he started seeing him do that. Every little bit he was going to the ground, every little bit. And I'm like, bro, yeah, it's time to clean him up. Don't get him with one of them nice uppercuts. If you already see him dropping low, go ahead, catch him standing back up like you did Klitschko.
Nah, yeah, I believe so too, man. But you know, honestly, I even tweeted out, man, I don't even want them to knock him out. Just beat on him. Just let them know that this ain't what it is, what you think it is. You know, especially on that elite level, it's totally different. You know what I'm saying? And he found out that it's totally different. You know, and you know, putting you know, cases on people and stuff like that, man. I just like it's just a clown show, man. And I'm just glad that, you know, the world can see what it actually is.
Mm-hmm. I was thoroughly satisfied with the outcome.
Me too.
Whether it was scripted or not, if that was the script, that was the script that I wanted. You know what I mean? We got to see a 5-6 rounds of action. Now, though the early rounds were garbage. It was straight bullshit. You know what I mean?
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
Y'all killing me with it.
AJ and Jake Paul started to turn it up round 4, 5, and 6. You know what I mean? But that was the quintessential performance of Tom and Jerry right there. That's what Jake Paul gave us. He was straight jerrying it up in the ring. And to me, it was comical when he tried to act like he hurt his ankle or something. I mean, he was running so hard around that ring. he tried to fake an ankle injury up in that bitch.
I did see that. I thought he might have like got hurt from the shot that he took. And then like sometimes when you take a shot like that and you be hurt, man, you try to walk a certain way. Sometimes like maybe his legs stiffen up and it just, you know what I mean?
He did a little funny dance, maybe.
Yeah. So I saw it, but I was like, what was that? But you know, I thought it was just being goofy as well.
But at the end of the night, I got satisfaction in the fact that he took a real beating. I mean, he took a real stoppage, and there was question if this was once again a scripted fight, if this was going to be a glorified sparring session. We're questioning AJ. A lot of us was questioning AJ.
Yeah.
He just in it for the money, and he a good boy, and he gonna play along with the script and not hurt Jake Paul. The proof is out there, ladies and gentlemen.
It definitely is out there.
The man's jaw is fractured in 2 places, and he opened his mouth, and you see his teeth, his lower set of teeth is caved in. I'm like, yeah, what part of the script is that?
That was nasty though. He was like, "It ain't that bad, is it?" I'm like, "Shit." Y'all killing me with that, man.
So I'm thoroughly satisfied with what I saw last night. You know what I mean? Like, you right. It did take a little bit longer than expected, but I believe we got the outcome we wanted.
Absolutely.
Jake Paul got to sit down probably about 1.5 years now.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he's gonna take some time off, and he been going hard or whatever the case may be. But he talking about becoming a champion. I'm like, becoming a champion, fighting who?
At cruiserweight? Like, no, you don't want those Jay Apatow problems, because that man for real he got back-to-back hospitalizations. Like Claude Squayo, some little random Italian, put him in the hospital. I think he cracked his jaw in multiple spots. Had him in the hospital for weeks. Now this last mandatory, Hussein Sankara, had bleeding to the brain, and I think his jaw, maybe he had an orbital fracture. Bleeding to the brain. I mean, that's back to back.
Yeah.
Jake Paul won a cruiserweight championship.
Right.
Man, you better go to the misfit circuit
or something. Hey man, like I said before, don't get me wrong, he probably got some good experience from that fight. I don't know how much he could have gained from that fight, but at the same time, man, listen, he's definitely getting the sparring partners, because I did hear he was getting in on one sparring partner. I don't know who, but I did hear that. But
speculated was Big Baby.
Hey, that's what everybody's speculating.
Because I can't believe it was Uncle Sanchez, Frank Sanchez. I don't believe Jake Paul was getting on no Frank.
Well, Lawrence Okola said it wasn't me because he was laughing when it happened.
Okay, damn.
I know, that's what I said. Well, we can ask one person off for sure. So, but the thing is, man, like again, he gonna continue to keep growing or whatever. But he just gotta buckle down. Let's just say he going a different route by getting to the top. Cool, he got the money, that's fine. But since you already in the top 10, I guess, or top 15, I forget what sanctioned body it is. Start fighting these top 10 guys then. That's it. Mm-hmm. You know.
Go ahead, KG.
I was saying, look, you know, David Benavidez going up the cruiserweight too, so Jake Paul don't want that kind of fight either. Man.
He don't want those type of problems for sure. That's a big boy. David Benavidez is a big boy. I don't know how he was losing all that weight, making that low weight like that, but that's a big boy. You know, he used to be fat, so, so I don't know how he making that weight.
I guess. I don't know, man, because where we at? Hey, ain't nobody hitting. See, there you go.
Yeah, you might have to post a link in the chat again, bro.
I best might. Let's see.
What happened?
Everybody want to talk to us, man. They just want to listen.
Oh,
boy, keep it going. All right, what else on the menu?
Shit, it don't matter. Y'all can take the wheel. Let me know where we're going at.
Wilder and Usyk.
Wilder and
Usyk. Wilder was last seen over there in Dubai.
Yep.
Was it for the Gassiev Pulev? That was a crazy knockout. I had to eat crow on that because I picked Pulev.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, but
he was over there dodging 6-8 them roundhouse kicks.
Yeah, I seen that. She
she
was a tall drink of water though.
I thought she was trying to open them legs. That's what I thought. Nah, I just saying. But nah, man. Wilder Usyk, man. Hey, I said it before, man. What Bro has said about that fight is that what he said a million times. One name, one face, one champion. He's always spoke about getting those belts. You know, when he was champion at heavyweight, the WBC champion, he wanted the IBF, you know, WBO, WBA. He wanted those belts. He wanted the opportunity, and he's seen all these other guys getting opportunities, or even to even fight. I forget the guy, Charles. I forget his name, but Charles had the belt at one time. A guy that Deontay lost to. Over in Saudi Arabia, he had a belt at one time. All these guys were supposed to fight Deontay, but of course, they was offered more money. And again, I can't be mad at guys going to take more money, but it was just a coincidence where when it came time when Joshua had those 3 belts and Deontay had his belt, it was always a low ball offer. Well, how come when I had these guys and I'm trying to fight these guys, you giving these guys these slow push amounts of money, but when it comes to me, you giving me damn near lower than what they made? I want to know how come. And then when I say, well, shit, Joshua say he gonna have this money, and I make an offer, y'all don't want to fight, then it's something else. But with Usyk, again, by Deontay, putting in the atmosphere, stating that he just wanted an opportunity, just like everybody else has gotten an opportunity. He wanted an opportunity to be unified. He wanted an opportunity to be undisputed when they threw so many road blockages in his way or in his path. And now it's already in the atmosphere. It's just coming back around now. And the blessing part of it is that Usyk he finally want to fight. Because I remember when he fought Helenius back in I think that was 2022. Fought Helenius, and Helenius was just not Helenius, but he fought Helenius, but Usyk was supposed to come to the fight, and he was nowhere to be found, only to find out that he didn't come. You know what I'm saying? And that was a fight that he said he wanted. You know what I mean? And now all of a sudden he wants that fight. I think that Usyk wants to fight now simply because Deontay still has a name, may not be. He still has a big name in boxing. As far as the fighting wise, he has just come off a win, but prior to that, he had a knockout loss and a horrible loss to I forget his name, the guy from New Zealand. But with that being said, man, it's the opportunity there. Take it. I do know Usyk was doing a little low balling, but I think those guys are still talking, still trying to come to meetings to make everything meet and make sense on both sides. I believe. I believe that I was saying that I want to know who's gonna put the money up for the fight. Because I know what's his name? Turkey. I don't think Turkey and Deontay are on good terms right now. From my understanding, I don't think so. But they might be, but I don't think so. But with that being said, I want to know how's it gonna get paid, who's gonna pay for it, and things of that nature for it in order for it to happen. It'll definitely be a tough fight, no doubt. Some people, looked at Deontay like a laughing stock in the last fight, which, you ask me, he went back to what he was doing previously before a couple of those fights, especially like the last 4 fights. He went back to doing things that he's been normally doing. And now that he's doing things that he's normally doing, people have a problem with that. I've seen people saying that, he don't have any mustard on the right hand. Hey, man, the guy that he fought might have just been that tough, But I think the fight can happen, but I do expect Deontay to get a warm-up or a tune-up before that fight. I do expect Deontay to probably be in the ring late January, early February, somewhere along in there. Because I do know we're supposed to make a trip to Africa, so and that's in February. So hopefully he get one in January. But I do believe that the fight will happen. Hopefully it's in the summertime, summer or springtime. So we'll see what happens.
That's interesting because so what you're saying, there will be potentially a tune-up before a potential unified championship fight with Usyk.
Well, that's always been the plan. Actually, the plan was for Deontay to fight. I think was it June? Yeah, fought in June this past year. And he was supposed to turn right back around and fight in September. Then he was supposed to turn right back around again after that and fight in December. So he already had a plan, but the plan to go as it was definitely planned to go. By the time the end of September comes, October comes. Sorry, by the time October comes, it was more so of, damn, we got to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And something was on the table, right? And I might be talking too much, but between Deontay and his last contract that he had, but something was on the table. Those people didn't come back to Deontay to tell him that his opponent had dropped out. So with that being said, Deontay was pretty much left without an opponent, and they wasn't even gonna tell him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so let me further try to decipher Team Wilder's plan over here. Because I found it interesting. I seen a tidbit on Instagram on Queensberry of all places. And I believe Wilder was rating different heavyweights. I guess giving his top 5 heavyweights of the era, something to that order. But I found it interesting that Deontay was on Queensberry doing that. So then that rolls my eyebrow. I'm like, there'd be a potential fight looming. Is that the rumors of Derek Chisora, may that be back on the table. So once again, I'm trying to decipher the Team Wilder plan. Is there any truth behind that? Is there have you heard any rumblings about getting it on with Chisora for a tune-up?
No, I haven't heard anything about Chisora. I definitely haven't heard about anything about Chisora, but I do know the fight. I think that was the fight. It was supposed to be a fight in November, and that fight was supposed to be out of the country, or I think somewhere in Asia. But that didn't come to fruition, obviously. But I haven't heard anything about Chisora at all. But I do know between Queensberry, Turkey, and Deontay, it was something that was supposed to happen. And again, like I said before, it didn't come to fruition because he wasn't notified. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He wasn't notified that opponent had dropped out. And they, I guess they wasn't going to tell him or whatever the case may be. But he ended up finding out. And the show must go on.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We got Tay Jones in the lounge, open mic lounge. I'm your favorite, yet your most hated all fella. Of course, we got the host, the good Dr. KG.
Yes, sir.
I think we need the link in the chat again.
They might need that link in the chat after this discussion coming up.
Yeah.
I know everybody want to talk about the Haney Norman aftermath. I already know people want to talk about it. You know what I mean? So with any questions they got, anything they want to ask me, they come on up. You know what I mean? I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping.
We'll go ahead and hold one for us real quick, and we'll be right back.
All right. Yeah. A nigga wake up before I even bake up. It's 100 on the floor for the take up. You niggas ain't us, you ain't us. Looking for Mark Jacobs, my bros got better. Time to get my cake up. You niggas hate us, cool. My people's hate us. Haney left jab, left Vegas. Grand Nagus. Feeding all you male betas. We the fly lions, cause we back to selling elevators. Self-made, cause the streets ain't really never made us. Who wanna tame us? We making them the most latest, the most haters. All fella, your favorite. I drop the visual just to entertain us. I'm living on the beat, you can hear the anguish. I write stupid, but thinker, the flow brainless. I comatose your folk, remain nameless. Me rusty, Jay still remain stainless.
We back at the Norman Haney aftermath.
Yeah, man.
Well, look, we got the aftermath, but we want the Tay Jones vantage point because, like I said, at some point in this, you played a part,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So, with you playing a part, has anybody asked you how did you feel? You know what I'm saying? Like going through this situation, like what was like? Because you got babies. You know what I'm saying? You got your own life. You got stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? So, like how did Tay feel about this being you know what I'm saying, asked and being like were you seen as a spokesperson, or were you actually, you know what I'm saying, titled as that, or was you just thrown into that position? Or
Man, honestly, bro, I was thrown into that position, man, and like I said before, it's outside of you, and I'm glad you asked that because it's outside of you. It's only been one person that ever asked me that. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, that motherfucker lied too. It was just like, damn, like, bro, you know, it's people got questions and stuff like that, but at the same time, you know, supposedly the guy that, you know, I had talked to, he ran it and told the other guy, BLTD, you know what I'm saying, which I got no problem with. What's funny is I never had a problem with him. he ran over there and said, "Oh, he pretty much said the same thing you said, and he was trying to make excuses for singing." And I'm looking at the shit like, what? Because you know, everything gonna get back to me. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna get back to me. And so I pretty much hit bro up like, bro, I know goddamn well you ain't say no shit like that. That's what I said to him. I said, I know goddamn well you ain't say no shit like that. I said, bro, I admitted to everything you said because of how everything could be perceived. And what I mean by that is how everything can be perceived. At the first beginning, you know, I think everything was cool in the first beginning. And to this day, I still don't know what was said or who said what on different things based on the things that I got knowledge of now, right? So it's like a person like me, I'm fighting against a whole entity based off a phone conversation. And I'm hearing everybody speak on this phone conversation or whatever, but these people weren't on the phone. You see what I'm saying? Only to find out that there was more people on the phone that I was unaware of. But then when I get to asking questions, well, who all was on the phone? I keep hearing the same names. But then when I ask the questions from who was on the phone, and then I'm hearing, oh, it was recorded and this and third. Well, where's the recording? Where is all this stuff? Because everybody making out to make me seem like I'm the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? And only thing I did was tell what was told to tell Senior. Now, how Senior may have took what was said or perceived it his way, that's his way of thinking. Mm-hmm. How the mass majority may have perceived it, may have been totally different ways. You see what I'm saying? But to make me look like I'm saying or doing something wrong, nah, that was never the case. The whole build up, especially from like the late August. I want to say from late August to the week of the fight. I ain't get them on YouTube. I maybe got on YouTube maybe like one time. I think because I was on Shaw's show. Yes Indeed Boxes. I was over there. But other than that, and I think I came on do the show with KG and
Thomas.
What was that? Yeah, KG and Tommy. That's what it was. So other than that, man, bro, I really don't have no clue on things that was said. I know that Devin came at me not once but twice. And which was crazy about it is he had no reason to come at me and one time. So that was funny. Mm-hmm. Man, it was just a build up. It was just real messy, and it didn't have to be messy from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? People just, of course, I do know people they feed off negative energy, and I'm speaking about the mass majority. They feed off the negative energy. They really don't know what's going on. They follow behind people or certain people. And that's totally fine, but I'm just glad that I'm glad that I can think for myself. But I think the whole situation, I mean, from that very first day of the phone call and going forward, everything just has been, man, it's just been I ain't gonna say a burden, but it's just been turmoil because, I'm a people person. I lost a lot of people that I talk to on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. That I normally just call and just talk boxing with. Just phone calls, just a check up, what's going on, checking on my baby girls or checking to just see if everything going good with me or I'm checking on them and stuff like that. So I lost a lot of that. And I don't think nobody really realized what all this had caused. You know what I'm saying? And if there was something that I said wrong, I'm fond of saying, you know what, bro, I was wrong. I didn't know this happened. I didn't know that happened. But to my defense, when all this first started, first of all, I got a text message. I want to say it was like 6 something in the morning, 7 something in the morning, and it was from Bill. Now I do know the previous day, I think BFTB was doing the show, and while he was doing the show, he said something about a contract being sent, and then I went in his chat. I said, Turkey sent the contract, because I know it wasn't a contract sent. I know it was a offer. And then in that very same day, my guy Drew Titan had hit me up. He was like, "Yo, Bill got a question for you." I'm like, "All right, cool." He wanted Adrian Clark number, which is Brian Noma Jr. manager, one of his managers. He got 2 managers. He wanted his number, and I was like, "Well, shit, okay, cool. I can get it for you, no problem." So I hit up Adrian, and Adrian told me, he said, "Bruh, he got my number. Trust me. He got the emails. Trust me." And this was literally a day before everything had started. And so leading up to that, I want to say that same day was the same day Bill had tweeted Brian Noma Jr. And he was like, "I'm looking for that tough guy named Brian Noma Jr." That was on a Tuesday. And then Brian Noma Jr., he responded, and he said something between the lines of, "You ain't got to look for me. I'm pulling up on y'all, or you, or y'all," or something like that. He said, right? So that can be perceived different ways. I knew what Noma Jr. meant simply because I knew that the fight was offered. Like, I knew that the fight was offered. That fight was actually offered maybe like 2 or 3 days. Well, like 3 days after he fought Jensen Saki. Now, Adrian Clark did do an interview. He did do an interview on the Boxing Voice, I think it was. You know, they was talking about, you know, unification with Mario Barrios and some other guys, whatever. But what he didn't do was play his hand. They had a meeting that same day over at the Braves facility or whatever. They were watching the game, you know, as a lookout in the condo, looking over the Braves game, and they had a meeting. And the only way you know they had a meeting is if you follow Senior on Instagram. And so when they doing the meeting, it was a couple of topics that they had up, but they never did show the number one topic. The number one topic was Brian Noma Jr. versus Devin Haney fight, because that fight was offered. Without hesitation, Junior already knew what he wanted to do. Simply because a couple days later he had a victory party, and he was already knowing, like, bro, this is what we got going next. He told me, but I wasn't gonna say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, that same day as well, I was in via TV chat. I was just dropping through, just seeing what was going on, like I usually do before I, start watching, got off YouTube and stuff like that. And I had seen what he had said, like Devin sent him the contract, and I was just like, damn, I knew it was a fight offered, but I didn't know Devin sent it. You know what I'm saying? Because based off what he told me, Turkey people called. Now I do know that, he signed to Turkey, whatever like that, 3-fight, 4-fight deal, however many it is. I do know that. Ooh, I ain't tripping about that. I just know, LeBron say, saying, do what we got going next. Cool. Things started getting ugly from now. It started getting ugly from now. The very next day, like I say, Bill sent me a text message. It wasn't even, wasn't even on no. Man, the first thing he said, bro, it was saying something about, he sent me a link on Twitter where Boxing Boys had posted, the contract has been sent to Brian Noma Jr. The same thing I said in the chat, Turkey sent it, was the same thing I said to Bill as well. Right after that, I get to the airport because I have my at the time one of my daughter was 6 months. My older daughter, she was 2.5 at that time. She's 3 now, but she was 2.5 at that time. And of course, I had my wife with me as well, because Deontay's the godfather of my oldest daughter. So we was taking her to the fight. So, bro, imagine me, getting all this stuff out the truck, hauling all this shit in the airport. I'm trying to talk to these niggas on the phone and everything. And so when they first called, I think I called Bill. I think Bill called me up, I forgot how it go, but ended up getting on the phone. The first person on the phone was BLTB. Cool, no problem. I wasn't tripping about nothing. And at that time, I wasn't even aware that anybody was on the phone. I just knew, you know what I'm saying, what we had going on was just us three talking. And he had mentioned some, you know, he was pretty much talking about the fight, in which he was talking about the fight, trying to make the fight, or whatever the case may be, however you want to say it. He mentioned something about there shouldn't be no reason why you niggas shouldn't take the fight. Because you niggas about to fight Boots. You know, Boots more dangerous fighter than, if you had me, Boots more dangerous fighter than my son. Then I was like, and I'm thinking to myself while I'm moving around, I'm saying, hold on. In my head, I'm thinking like, well, these niggas about to fight. They about to fight Boots. I ain't get that part. So I said, well, y'all gotta stop putting all that on Boots. Because if you ask a nigga like me, don't get me wrong, Boots is a hell of a fighter. But make it say he a more dangerous fighter, man. Hold on, time out. Honestly, I'm the person who said that Devin is a more dangerous fighter than Boots. And I explained why. I said, because if you ask me, Boots ain't fought nothing but 40 pounders. He fought two 147 pounders. The 147 pounder he looked bad 2 times against, and then the last of 147 guy was Stanionis. But what do those 140 pound guys and Stanionis got in common? They all do one thing: they come forward and don't move their fucking head. You can argue that. And I was stating to him like, hey, shit, you know, cause if you had Devin more dangerous, that's me. That's what I think. That's what I said. You know what I'm saying? So after that part, it was more so just conversation. And he was like, well, you know, I can't say that. And I'm like, no, you can't say that. Then he said it again. He said, no, because if I put some out there, they're gonna fry me. Then I had said, no, you can't put it out. Go ahead and put it out. You know you can put it out. Well, I say shit like, because you put out what you want to put out anyway. You shouldn't care what people think about you anyway. That's what I had said. Now, just the other day, now I was just called being a liar for saying that. And I was trying to figure out, well shit, ain't nobody saying shit, ain't nobody telling me what the fuck I lied at. Cause that's definitely what said. So just the other day, I asked my boy Drew, I said, Drew, I gotta ask you some real shit, bro. Shit, the motherfucker saying you was on the phone. Okay, what did you hear? Now, Drew, he repeated the same shit that I said. The only difference Drew said, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. It was a lot of talking, because I know you was talking a bit. It was a lot of talking going on. He said, but I did hear BL say, put it out. Okay, put it out, bet. See, I didn't hear that part. But then I was also asking like, well, shit, if that was said, y'all hear me saying this, why didn't nobody say nothing? Because I'm gonna lie this, I can't be lying. I've been saying the same shit for the last motherfucking 6-7 months. I can't be lying. Some gotta be right. But I just found out the other day that BLTB did say something. I didn't hear him. I'm talking to motherfucking Bill. Let alone I got a fucking 6-month-year-old and a 2-year-old, and my wife trying to put the shit in the bag and go through security and get on the plane, man. Listen, I'm doing all this shit, talking on the phone, man. I ain't got no what them call them earbuds and shit like that. I ain't got no earbuds. I'm nigga. Straight on the phone. Boom, what's going on? So that's why I was kind of like, man, hold on, wait a minute. And it just felt like everybody got something to say about what's going on, or from how I was viewing it, everybody got something to say about what's going on, but ain't nobody calling me or contacting me like, bro, it was going on. Ain't nobody shooting the shit. It just like, I feel like a nigga being mobbed, but I'm like, how the fuck am I? Hold on, if I'm saying something wrong, why ain't nobody saying nothing? Why ain't nobody checking in? Why ain't nobody checking me about nothing? Instead of just calling nigga a lie. Like I said, I ain't got no problem with nobody. But nigga calling me a lie. But how's a nigga calling me a lie when I'm telling what's going on? But the crazy part about this shit was Drew said the same exact shit that I said. The only additional thing that he added in was BLTB had said, "Oh, you want us to put it out? You want us to put it out? Put it out? You sure you want to put it out?" Okay, bet. I didn't hear that shit, man. I'm talking to Bill. I ain't hear that shit. So I had said, damn, that's why he said that shit. That's why he keeps saying that shit. But then again, like I say, nigga, I ain't perfect. I'm talking to Bill. I'm getting my point across, telling him what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So if that was saying shit, hey, I ain't know it was said. Like I said before, I got shit going on. But if that was the case, why ain't nobody say, bro, you don't remember this happening? Bro, you don't. That's what I would have did. I would have said, hey, bro, you saying this, but did what happened. You don't remember that? It ain't hard to do. But I just felt like niggas just left me out there. I felt like niggas just left me out there. So from that point, man, I was just like, man, what the hell with this shit? And then the next part of my motherfucker was saying, well, before I tell that part, goddamn, I called Bill. I was just curious because after this shit came out the other day of a private members only thing, in which again I got no beef, no problem, nothing like that. But how it was put, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, man, hold on. We ain't even talk about this shit. Supposedly, this shit supposed to be over with. We ain't discuss none of this. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talk about Nathaniel. I just let it ride. I just let it die down. We ain't said nothing but here come another video. Cool, no problem. But I just feel like not to even holler at me about it or what happened, what transpired, because again, it's just me, bro. This just me. Whereas on the other side is you, him, and everybody fucking else. It's just me.
You was the appointed representative, like you said.
So again, it got crazy. I called Bill myself the other day. I said, hey man, come on. The reason why I called Bill is because again, that shit wasn't supposed to go that far. We got actually some of the same kind of ties, on some street shit. You know what I'm saying? We got some of the same kind of ties. On his side, what he used to do or whatever, and on my side, my brother and his people, whatever, and some of my cousins. So, I'm just by affiliation. So when I see Zab know my brother. So, it's all, it's family love, you know what I'm saying? So hey man, well, what going on with you, bro? What's happening, man? Let's talk. He say, shit, nigga, what's up? I'm like, shit, nigga. Let me ask you a question. I say, shit, bro, have I lied on you? Now he go to part that really fucked me up. The part that really fucked me up. He say, hell yeah. I say, shit. Well, what I lie about? He said, nigga, I never told you that we weren't trying to fight Brown on Jr. I said, nigga, you do know I never said that, right? No, you did. I said, bro, what I said was the same exact shit you told me. You told me at the time we was on the phone, nigga, we wasn't even trying to fight Brian Norman Jr. We were trying to see what was going on with Shakur Stevenson and William Zapata. That's what you said. He gonna say, no, I didn't. I told you to call Senior so we can make the fight. Bro, how the fuck do you get that conversation out of that? And how in the fuck do I know anything about a Shakur Stevenson? So I magically brought up Shakur Stevenson's name. Come on, bro. I magically bring up his name, but the same way 78 Sports TV know about that same shit too, because Bill told him the same shit too. Trying to fight Shakur Stevenson. So I'm just making the shit up. But again, that right there, that little intricate part can be taken so many different ways on how a person perceives it. A person can perceive that shit as if you don't want to fight. A person can perceive that as if, you know what I'm saying, if this fight don't happen, this is what we got going on. Or it can be perceived in different ways.
So Tay, you the manager too?
Hey man, shit, you would have thought I was.
No, I'm just saying because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You were supposed to make the fight. I don't know. It was asked about who's the manager that you was asked about the number 4.
Oh,
and the manager said that they got each other's math.
Again,
I'm trying to understand. Yeah. So you're the representative and you're the manager at the same time. Okay. All right. Go ahead. My bad.
So that's what I'm saying. But see, Bill say, well, shit, nigga, we only contacted you because them niggas was telling me you the man to talk to. I'm like, well, damn, Bill. When we talking the other day, he's saying this, but in my head, I'm thinking to myself like, but before that phone call, I specifically told you that I would give you AC number. So that one, I was just like, man, hold on, man, time out. Something ain't right. Because you saying you or you know, your name, you know what I'm saying? Tay is a solid nigga. Tay a solid nigga. So by Tay being a solid nigga, I wanted to call Tay so we can make things going on. You know, the fighter Tay, the media Tay, and the person Tay, them 3 different people. As I'm starting to see now. He said you do an interview the other day and say, if we want to fight, if the rematch happen, you got to see if they'll take the fight. I said, well, shit, that is true. He said, nigga, we'll fight anybody. I said, nigga, hold on. I said, time out, bro. See, you moving. Man, that nigga a bum. That nigga a bum, man. Man, that nigga was a bum. I said, hey, man, hey, I ain't talking about that shit. I hear you. I'm talking about me and you, my nigga. That's what I'm talking about. Nigga, you asked me a question. I told you straight up. When I spoke on that, after Brian Norman, you know, get his next fight, he'll be back mandatory. So when I said if they want it, that means Devin really don't have to take it because from the fight he just had with him, he ain't got nothing to prove, right? So if he ain't got nothing to prove, that means shit. Because he's mandatory, he ain't gotta take that fight. That's what I mean by if they want it. But again, how you say stuff and perceive, it can be perceived any type of way. But if you felt some type of way, that's on you. I'm very comfortable of who I am. I don't need the validation of somebody else's opinion to dictate who I am. So you know, a lot of that went on. So from that point, I'm like, wait a minute. You telling me that you told me to call Senior so you can make the fight. But at the same time, this shit was said the same day. Now, by the time I make it to what you call that, Wichita, Kansas. I get there, we eat breakfast, and I take my girls to lay down because they hadn't been to sleep, so we go there, lay down, and I'm knocked out. So Senior called me. He said, "Hey, wake up, man." He said, "Man, I got Bill on the phone, man. That nigga trying." I'm like, man, I ain't trying to talk because everything that you had happened. I said, man, I ain't trying to talk to that nigga, man. So he asked me, he said, what was said on the phone? What was said on the phone is what I had told him on the phone. Now, Bill say, nigga, I said something about, I say nothing about Shakur. I said something about Javante Davis or something. You got to go back and listen to the replay. It was some shit he said. So I'm listening to it. Hold on. You just sat here and told me that you told me to call him to make the fight. Then previously over on this channel, you had said something about Javante Tank Davis. So now I'm confused. Like now, which one is it now? Fuck this. Which one is it? And so, you know, we just ended the conversation by just saying, you know what I'm saying, happy holidays to your family. Because at this point, my nigga, I'm confused. You just said some other shit that I ain't never heard you say. So fuck it. Hey, it is what it is. I'm done with the shit. So that when I called you and you told me, well, BLTB did say, you know, if you put it out. But like I told you, man, I only remember BF saying 2 or 3 things the whole time we was on the phone. The first time I heard that man say something, it was something between the lines of, because he was when what's his name, when Bill had told me the call saying, because the exact words was, we weren't trying to fight. We weren't trying to fight, but to tell you the truth, my nigga, we weren't really trying to fight Brian on Jr. We were trying to see what was going on with Williams and Peter and Shakur. He said, but the only problem is the nigga daddy. The nigga daddy be burning up a brand. And so then when I asked, well, how he be burning up a brand? He said, man, the nigga just be talking shit, man. You know, and saying things about us. I said, well, shit. What I said was what Devin be saying shit too. Then he was like, but Bill said, but nigga, I didn't say nothing. I said, well, Devin started it, Bill. And then that's when BF came in and said, oh no, I had said, Bill said, what did he say? I said, well, shit, he said the man was ass. BF came in and said, well, he also has said maybe he not ass. And another time I'm trying to remember the other time that he said something. Again, because I don't remember him saying much. That's why I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, well, if I ain't hear you talk number 1 or 2 times, and the times that Drew said that you spoke, I didn't hear. Now, Drew did say it was a lot of motherfuckers talking on the phone. Why ain't nobody saying nothing? And then in the midst of all this shit, I found out that 70 ain't on the phone. Now, I don't know how true that shit is, because he put up a video. When he put up a video, I called 78. I'm like, bro, I said that. T. Norman didn't say that. I said that. He was like, what you mean? He said, man, when them niggas called me, they called me and said T. Norman said it. I said, no, T. Norman didn't say shit, but I said it. He said, well, damn, if it was just you, nigga, I'll take it down. That what he did. So he took it down or whatever like that, which was cool. Again, if I'm talking and a motherfucker gonna say Team Norman, well, first of all, now I'm being brought into some shit different than what was going on. That's how I see it, because again, me and Bill ain't never talked about Brown on Jr. Although he did call he didn't call me. Drew called me and asked me to get him AC number. But outside of that, and plus the nigga Bill said himself he didn't even know. So if you didn't know, where's you getting this Team Norman shit from? Oh, I didn't even know that was your little brother. Where's you getting that from? So with that being said, he told me that they was telling him that. So if they was telling him that, then I'm being brought onto something. So like again, when I'm listening to this shit, I'm just like, okay, ain't nobody motherfucker saying I'm lying, but what am I lying about? Now me and bro we've been texting lately, whatever. You know, he did say something like, well, Bill never said that he didn't want to fight. They didn't want to fight Brian Norman Jr. I'm like, and again, nigga, I never said that. Maybe that's how you took it. Maybe that's how people perceived it. But again, the way it was said can be perceived as that. But I didn't perceive it as that. Although along the way, I did look at it like, yeah, that shit looked a little shaky. But based off the current events that was happening before the actual fight. You get what I'm saying? Like, for instance, the shit in New York. Then after the shit in New York, the fucking drug test. And after the drug testing. You know what I'm saying? The back and forth before Bill completely started saying anything else. So it did make me feel some type of way. But then again, in the same sense, like I said before, I'm the motherfucker who said that I felt that Devin was dangerous than Boots. I've been saying that. Just because little bro fighting him don't change the way how I feel about this man over here. That man ain't did nothing to me. And I ain't did nothing to him, but I always show him love. But bro got disrespect to me out of nowhere. We see each other in motherfucking New York. He sees me. We started chopping it up. He dapped me up. He said, man, everything. He said everything good, but your boy easy. Your boy easy. I'm gonna show you. I said, damn. So you know I fuck with you, bro. I said, you know I fuck with you, but this ain't what you think. He said, nah, fuck that. No. He said, nah. Well, I'm gonna show you. I said, all right, Dale. Okay, Dale. I fuck with you. He said, I fuck with you too. That's the exact word. I fuck with you too. Later on, he go goddamn on Instagram, pull up me in the fight with a dongo. And I'm like, man, like, I think people think like that shit supposed to hurt me. Actually, that's one of the most things that I'm proud of. 5 pro fights, 5 amateur fights, little to no experience, and I'm in there with a 2-time former world champion. And a lot of you niggas out here, a lot of these niggas out here, that's supposed to be these elite fighters. They scared to fight each other. I ain't have to second guess myself. I said, yo, bro, that's one of the things I'm proud of. And, you know, bro went on. He went on and on about that. And another time was, I think we was in the gym or some shit. I was at the gym. And coaches, you know, they was hitting the mix, whatever. And as he doing the mix, coach he's slapping the hell out the mix, and he started slapping my boy with the mix. And you know, Twitter's just with your thoughts. So my thought was, I'm like, damn, I ain't no mix hit back. That's the only thing I had said. Well, the catch-22 to that was his some of Devin dicked out fans. Some of his dicked out fans just started replying to me, talking about, well, we ain't say nothing about Junior here in the bag. And I come back to the phone. I'm looking like, what the fuck is these niggas talking about? So I started responding like, bro, what are you talking about? Bro, you seen the open media workout? Huh? That when I put down my phone, I had hit up Matt from Brunch Boxing because I was getting ready to call him and ask him if Devin had a media workout. Matt on Brunch Boxing, he on Twitter, so I see he ain't answer. So I looked on Twitter again, and when I clicked on Twitter, first thing popped up was Brunch Boxing. So I went to Brunch Boxing, and damn sure was they was doing they was at Devin media workout, and I'm like to myself like, damn. So these niggas watching everything that I'm doing. That when I had caught wind of, damn, I ain't on YouTube, so I ain't saying nothing. I barely get on Instagram anyway. To tell you the truth, I don't even run my Instagram. Only thing I be on is Twitter. So I mean, you mean to tell me I'm tweeting my own thoughts, but him and his, little dicked out fans coming to troll me talking about, oh, you talking about Devin, this and third, and Devin get on there talking about, you was a trash fighter. I hate motherfuckers who be on the sideline trying to act like they the star. Some shit he had said like that, right? And I'm thinking to myself like, nigga, who the fuck was even talking to you? Because I wasn't even talking to you. I ain't said nothing about you nor your team. But, got them little dicked out fans that just be running to everything you say. So that when I felt like, man, you know what? This shit is beyond weird. Even though everything doesn't transpire to them, because again, when we had on Squash the Beef, well, it wasn't no beef for me, and I know it was never no beef for me. Only thing, I was hot maybe like the first 3 days. I was just like, you know what? When I calm down, shit, I'll call B up. The reason why I was hot is because, I mean, literally, I get on the plane. I'm sitting on the plane. I was getting ready to call back. But before I could call back, 78 and Bill had called me. And then I got off the phone, called 78. I said, hey man, what's that video you had put up? He said, oh man, them niggas called me and told me team. I said, man, no, I said that. And then I'm like, where you get it from? Then I seen BF shit pop up. It said team, I think it was a tweet or something like that. It was either a tweet or a video. That one I was like, damn, Team Norman didn't say that shit. Tay Jones said that shit. That's how I felt about it. And I was just like, why would you put? I didn't understand the whole notion of putting Team Norman behind that shit. I really didn't. And so when that happened, bro, that when I felt like, man, you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is. And so I just felt like the whole situation, this whole fight build up or whatever you want to call it, is crazy. And when people talk about, one dude, I think the dude who hit me up for talking about, I was trying to make excuses for singing. Only thing I told him, man, I said, bro, listen, Bill said something very disrespectful to that man about his mom. And that man mama passed a week and a half, 2 weeks later. And say, man, no matter what you say, she was fucked up. And again, I know Scene was doing interviews on channels and stuff like that. And again, I even told him before, I think that's a way for him to cope with what had happened, what transpired. I actually think that it had like lit a fire up on his ass to keep going harder because of Bill saying that. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of the interviews, I'll say about 90% of the interviews, I didn't even see because I got off of YouTube. So a lot of stuff that was going on, people were calling me left and right. Hey, bro, you seen the interview? Hey, bro, you seen that interview? All the time, I think I got upset when they told me, oh, man, damn, Scene went over the damn Art Man channel. Man, I called, I said, bro, come on, man. Like, but he was looking for all the smoke. That was him. I don't know everything he did. Now I know the other guy, what's his name? Damn, what's the other dude who was going channel? He was going to Mill City. He know how I feel about Mill City. I don't rock with bro like that. I feel like bro, you know what I'm saying, be starting shit, he bullshit. I feel like bro be starting shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't go over there. Only time I went over there was like right. I was in the airport right before the fight. Right before the fight. The only show that I remember him specifically being on at the time he called me was on Coach Malachi show. I think he was on Shawai. I think Yes Indeed Boxing. Other than that, I ain't watched no other show. Well, when he came over to y'all channel. Other than that, man, I wasn't even on YouTube. So for people to say, "Oh, you trying," bro, half of the shit Scene you was saying and doing, I had no knowledge of. For prime example, in the midst of that phone call, Bill also had said some shit. Man, y'all niggas talking about y'all gonna step over my. Well, that wasn't even on the phone call. That's after me and Bill. You know, I called Bill to say, bro, what this shit about Team Norman said this, and the third? What that shit was about? Nigga, no, nigga, you chose your side, nigga. You chose your side, nigga. That's my motherfucking son, nigga. Talking about you gonna step over, y'all gonna step over my son. And this nigga, I'm listening to this shit like, who the fuck said they gonna step over your son? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the stuff that Steve has said in the media, bro, I wasn't even found her. You know, I wasn't even found her, so I just felt like, man, it feel like a whole fucking coat against me from shit that nobody even heard. And then at the same time, ain't nobody came to me and say, bro, you don't remember this being said, bro, you don't remember that being said. Like I say, I ain't motherfucking perfect, and I don't claim to be. But if I said something wrong, let me know. Now, if a motherfucker say, he ain't never say, we ain't want to fight Brian Norman Jr. I never said that you didn't want to fight Brian Norman Jr. So that why the whole time, man, I just sat back, played it cool. But I literally sat back and watched people talk shit about me in chat before I literally got off YouTube. I watched people who used to come, you know, over to my channel, people who I thought really supported me. And that's why I said what I said. They don't fuck with me, they fuck with Deontay. I got every reason to feel like that. You don't fuck with me, you fuck with Deontay. So, yeah, keep the same energy. So, like again, I don't have a problem with nobody. From my understanding, everything's squashed. You know what I'm saying? I was texting with bro last couple of days, whatever like that. But you know, I seen bro did a members only joint, which is fine. I wanted him to make it public. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I know that was bullshit. But again, like I say, the whole thing, I just felt like for me, it was some shit that I couldn't control. So and what I do, I just stopped talking about it, got off YouTube. Just leave me alone, let me be. Sure, can't nobody come forward and say what was said or from their perspective. So I just let it be. And again, I only seen one video Shawty made, and everything else, everybody was, you know, telling me And that's one of the reasons why everybody seen rebuttal videos, because I was basing off what people were telling me. So this whole thing been weird to me. And again, I still to the day, I ain't got no problem with them. I ain't got no problem with that. I still think he's a dangerous fighter. As you can see. You know what I'm saying? As you can see. I want shit, everything I see. Bro, you know, I've always known one thing about them. They're gonna find a way to win. I've always known that. It's easy to see. I think I might have said something one time out the way about Devin. And of course, the only person who said something to me was Drew Tiger. And that's actually how me and bro actually became close. Based off of a small conversation and really put me on what was going on, bringing me up to speed. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought this whole thing was I thought it was fucked up. Again, I thought people really I ain't gonna say I thought people really fucked with me, because I was raised not to trust everybody anyway. But I seen a lot of people switch up. And it's cool. I just want people to understand when they see me or try to talk to me, I ain't doing no talking. It's because there's nothing for me to say. Because one thing about me, I'm gonna come in peace. I'm gonna always come in peace first. So, you know, they pull up to the channel, ain't no ranch or whatever the case may be. That's not my fault. I seen you switch up. I had people texting me who ain't spoke to me in a whole year talking about gambling. And the only thing I'm doing is saying, pretty much pump the brakes, like, cool, shaking my head, cool. I'm really not trying to go there. You know what I'm saying? Then after the fight, still pressing the issue. Man, that nigga lost. Fuck that nigga. Woo, 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 woo. This levels to this shit, you know, still going on. You know what I'm saying? And I respond a different way. Yeah. Yeah, I respond a different way. You know what I'm saying? And it's all good. Motherfucker text me back talking about, oh, you the one who spiked Wild Award and all this. You know, this shit just got nasty, man.
Damn, like that.
Yeah, it got nasty.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's a person who I respected. I ain't, you know, again, I don't really, again, last time I seen dude was, matter of fact, the last time I seen you, KG, at the meet and greet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That was in Atlanta. Yeah.
That was in Atlanta. That's the last time I heard from him. We ain't spoke, we ain't text, no nothing. And out of nowhere, he talking about gambling, this, and the third. Then, you know, I say what I say to him after the fight, simply because he's still carrying on, pretty much almost like taunting a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Then I respond the way I respond. Of course, Shouter lost the fight, but that's also like a little brother, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I ever went against Dev in the first fucking place. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't for the antagonize a nigga either. So I said what I said. Yeah, and still being the man that I am, I still, you know, when I calm down, I still apologize, bro. You know what I mean? I still apologize, bro, and everything. You know what I mean? But bro, you got the right one, nigga. You the one who spiked Wild Award and all that old crazy old monkey ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. We went that far left, and it's supposed to be just boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody got to win, somebody's going to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that, you know, like I said before, man, I just felt like it don't get me wrong, it was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? It was a good fight. Little bro left a lot on the table. You know what I'm saying? I also felt like, you know what I'm saying, Dev went for broke in the second round. And they both threw hooks at the same time. It just, you know, his just caught Norman, then his caught Devin. So, you know, there was times and spots in the fight where Brian, you know, was, you know, coming back or whatever. You know, it was good. It was a good fight though. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't really get to enjoy it because of all the negativity behind it of people not really saying nothing. You know, it's like, well, shit, well, we got this, we just gonna hold it till you, so you know, so you can't say nothing type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I felt, but it was cool though. You know what I mean? But it's just some people that I can never just, you know what I'm saying, come into my chat, talk, kick it, laugh, haha, kiki. I can't let that happen no more. You You know what I'm saying? Or certain people who I'm very fond of and I had a lot of respect for. It can never be that same respect.
Indeed. Lounge is open. This is open mic. We have the guest host in here, Tay Jones. Of course, he is privy to the Brian Norman Jr. camp, as well as the Deontay Wilder camp. Link is in the chat. Y'all can pull up, spit off your boxing bars. Y'all got 3 minutes. Any topic that's on the menu, tonight's menu, you know what I mean, you can go ahead and spit your game.
I'm here. I'm here.
Now, speaking of the aftermath, to add on, how have the Team Norman been doing? How Senior and Brian Norman been doing since the what I would say is a disappointing loss?
I wouldn't say this, but well, that I guess you could say that, but Norman Junior cool. You know what I'm saying? Junior cool. I think he came over here with about 2 weeks ago. Came over here, kicked it with me, talked up for about an hour or two. You know what I'm saying? He had some things to get off his chest. You know, Junior was a little upset at me at one point though. Doing the build up. You know, he told me what he was upset.
Why is that?
But you know, when that shit was said that, you know, when Devin came at me for the second time, I had went back at him. I'm like, bro, hold on. If there was gonna be anything that I had to say about your media day workout, my nigga, if I would have said anything about it, if I was talking about you, the only thing I would have said was you got on those small ass gloves now, but you niggas didn't want to wear fucking 8-ounce gloves. You niggas wanted to wear 10-ounce gloves. And you know, I only got that information because he told me about it. You know what I mean? So when I said that, he was mad about that because, you know, Junior, he don't like that media shit. That's one thing about it. He don't like that media shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the other reasons why I really didn't want to say too much when the phone call came, because I wasn't even gonna say nothing about who he's gonna be fighting next anyway, because I already knew. So if it would have came out that I said that he's fighting Devin next, they already knew where it would have came from. It would have came from me. Well, he would have knew that. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why I don't even, when it pertain to him, I don't try to do too much media or say too much that he told me. Because if some way he find out, he gonna be like, bro, told your ass not to say nothing. You know what I mean? But you know, he had every right to be mad, but he just, you know, and that what he was saying. He was like, bro, we ain't doing that emotional shit. He said, bro, you can't let them being emotional get the emotional shit come out you.
Indeed. Well, I know you just got through saying that Junior don't like, you know what I mean, don't like you spilling too much media shit, but can you spill a little bit more? Can you spill a little bit more? Like, say, when's Junior returning? Is there been any rumors about when he's returning?
I won't say any rumors, but I think he'll be back by April.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he'll be back by March or April. But I think he, me personally, he needed to take that time off though. He needed to take some time off. I was telling him not too long ago, like, bro, relax, go sit down, go chill. You know what I'm saying? I actually feel like that's one of the things that played a part in the fight, from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? From just the training, you know what I'm saying? I just think that the training did a lot on his body, especially coming out of a fight and then getting right back into camp. You know what I'm saying? or I actually think that, bro probably should have started the count later than earlier than what he did. You know what I'm saying? So I just told him, man, bro, go chill, go relax, go eat some pizza. You know what I mean? Go eat some chicken, go load up on bullshit, man. Go load up, go. I think he just did a vacation, if I'm mistaken. So I was just telling him, like, bro, go live, go do your thing, man. You know what I mean? Go chill, go relax. Your body need a break, bro. You know what I'm saying? You fought 3 times in 1 year. Some motherfuckers only fight 1 time in 2 years.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. So y'all hear that? You know what I mean? Live in the lounge, we got Tay Jones.
We got our first guest. Let's see what we got.
All right.
Welcome.
Hey,
What's up with it?
how y'all doing?
Nonsense!
Yeah, I'm here with that.
Yeah. What's going on?
Let me know when my 3 minutes start.
Hold up, let me get the clock started.
Yeah, I got my timer too.
Oh shit, you got your timer too?
Yeah, so I know when I can stop.
All right, let's start right now.
All right, first, I would just like to say 3 minutes is boo-boo. Y'all wrong for that.
The round.
Y'all know I love y'all though.
It's a full round. What you want? 5 minutes UFC style? What we
No.
doing?
Let me go. I want to go back to the topic of AJ and Jake. First, shout out to my bro Tay. How you doing, yo, bro?
I'm good. What's going on?
AJ and Jake, man, that whole flipping card, y'all, was beautiful, top to bottom. Shout out to all the ladies on that card. Yoka did her thing. She made that fight tougher than it needed to be. Shanika, I was a little annoyed with the pressure, but good fight either way. Caroline Dubois. Let me just say, if that woman had the same 3 minute 12 rounds that Alicia had, she would have got Camilla up out of there. But with that being said, shout out still to AB because she put on a little masterclass last night. I know she calling Caroline a pup, but I just don't know. It's gonna be a good fight whenever those two meet up.
Right.
Jamal Harvey, shout out to him. Second fight, he looked good. And I'm looking forward to seeing that young king going forward, man. There are the other two, Keno and Anderson Silva. Shout out to them. But the fight of the night, AJ. I knew AJ was gonna hurt that boy, rightfully so. I mean, he rearranged that man's teeth. That was beautiful.
Brutal.
I don't think that the pressure. I was getting annoyed come round 4 because I was like, man, I knew Jake was gonna get on his bite, but I was like, look, you gotta get this dude up out of there. And I knew AJ was gonna do what he did. Shout out to AJ. Shout out to the fans for not booing AJ. And I got 34 seconds. I just got one thing to say. Y'all leave Tay alone. Y'all quit coming for my young bro, man. All these weirdos out here making videos about him. Y'all don't know him.
Right.
Y'all really don't need to have nothing to say about him. Keep his name out your mouth. That's all you got to do. Don't come to my channel trolling. Just leave that man alone.
Right.
Got 9 seconds. That's my time. Shout out to you.
Appreciate it.
That's what's up, Queen. Yes, indeed, boxing. Pulling up to the lounge. Yes, the undercards of the AJ Jake Paul were definitely entertaining as well.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the Baumgartner fight. I enjoyed Caroline Dubois. She had a clinical performance, in my opinion. Shanika is cute. Sugar Neeks. I mean, but her style to me, I liken it to, she might be a poor woman's version of Amanda Serrano. Am I reaching with that?
Nah, I don't think so.
She's look overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? She gets you going backwards. But she has to learn to balance. She ain't got no. She's not balanced with her. It's just keep coming forward, and then the head. She's getting banged. She's getting cut in almost every fight now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And she looked too good to be cut up.
Yeah.
But yeah, she can definitely scrap though.
But yeah. That's what I was calling. I said, this ain't boxing. This ain't even a fight. I said, they scrapping. You know, she forced Shorty Girl to scrap with her.
Right.
The cut man was trash. Because I think that cut could have been managed a lot better. It shouldn't have started from where it started. It then ended up being almost 3 inches long. So I'm just like, man.
Link is in the chat. The lounge is open. We're gonna keep it open for maybe another half hour or so. You know what I mean? We've been out. You know what I mean, keeping this going for an hour and a half now. But once again, link is in the chat. Y'all got 3 minutes to talk your shit. You know what I mean? Spit your game. Tay, what you think about Terrence Crawford retiring? I mean, to me, as a avid Terrence Crawford fan, I'm not a fan of a lot of fighters, but I'm not really even a fan of Terrence Crawford. I'm just what I would say a guy that likes to defend him. You know what I mean? there's a majority of the fan base that like to shit on Terrence, so I've took it upon myself to be one of those guys to hold the flashlight and bang it over Terrence Crawford haters' heads or from time to time. You know what I mean? But in regards to this retirement, it was bittersweet to me. You know what I mean? Because yes, you've kind of completed. You've done everything. You're 3-time undisputed. You're getting up there in age as well. You're 38 years old, and there's really no perceived opponent or that next opponent that's like, yeah, that's the next guy that Terrence Crawford needs to fight. It might have been Janabek a little bit, but Janabek's suspect right now. You know what I mean? The man popped dirty, allegedly, and still haven't seen the B sample, but he's suspect right now. So that seems like that shit's off the table, and we got the retirement. But I feel like the man, he's just getting his flowers. He's just, to me, reaching his peak, and he still looked. He didn't look like he was aging in the Canelo fight. So why not take another fight? But why not retire when you're on top, undefeated, 3-time undisputed, right? But I noticed in the midst of all this retirement talk and the flowers that a lot of the media has been weirdly giving them, well, not weirdly, but deservedly giving them, out of all that acknowledgement, I haven't seen Turk repost anything.
Now, for real?
Yep. I haven't seen Turk repost anything in regards or congratulate Bud in his retirement. In fact, there's reports that Turk wants Bud to continue to fight.
Yeah, he does. Because he said that in the ring at the at the Canelo fight. He was like, no retirement. Or something like that he had said, but yeah, well, I do remember Turkey saying that. But I don't think, shit, Crawford ain't got nothing left to prove, man. What is it to prove?
Nothing.
He probably feel like he made enough money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think, man. I think he's good. I just think, you know what I'm saying, Bruce just needs to continue doing what he been doing, and he's gonna be all right. And he leaving the game with all his faculties intact, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He leaving the game with all his faculties intact. So, nah, man, ain't got nothing to prove, man. Go enjoy your retirement. Well, I think, Bud, 38 years old? But go live the other 40, 50 years you got left. You know, I ain't putting a time on it, but you know what I'm saying? You know how life is. You know? So, shit, you know, go live them 40, 60, whatever, how many years you got left, my boy, and you know what I mean? Live. You got enough money to live for years, man. And leave kids some generational wealth, man. Leave the game, man. It ain't, unless a big fight come back out, you know, I see they be trying to put him against Jerron Ennis. But people got to forget, man, Jerron Bruce Ennis was right there. He chose to go a different route. You forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, nah, man, I just say, man, I ain't mad at somebody leaving the game with all their faculties intact, made a lot of money, and accomplished what he accomplished.
Do you think there's a chance that we might see Terrence Crawford return, maybe in a crossover fight, maybe in the inaugural TKO boxing event, retiring from traditional boxing to start a new beginning in the new boxing order with Dana White and Turkey? Because one thing I know with Turkey, that man right now feels like Bud owes him something. You are not retiring right now.
Right.
You owe me 1-2 more fights.
I think his fight deal might be up with Turkey though. I don't know. I can't say for sure. I don't know.
I don't know myself as well. I don't know how the length of his contract, in regards to Devin Haney, I know he has a 3-fight contract.
Right.
Yeah,
that we know right now.
Yeah. And Norman Jr. might have been the first fight on that new contract he signed with Turkey, or was the second?
Second.
Okay. But yeah, with Bud, I don't know.
Yeah. I hope he can, make it happen though, for sure. I really do. Really do hope he can make it happen. As far as staying retirement, man. But ain't no telling, man. Turkey might say he got 100 million. Who ain't going to get that?
He retired until next September.
We're going 100 million, 150 million. You know he's going to get that.
Yep. He retired until next September when Canelo's fighting again. That's when he's coming back.
Right.
We got 20 minutes before we gonna shut down the lounge. Link is in the chat. You got 3 minutes to get your bars off.
There's been a lot of consistency in the as the watchers, but you know what I'm saying, nobody wants to hit the link.
Yeah, it's all good, man. You know, I'm right here, so I got to put my daughter to bed. She just got off a plane, got back in town. Yeah, so
That's what's up.
yeah, man. So I'm right here though, man. Like I said before, I just damn, I just wish it the shit ain't had to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Wish ain't had, man, I wish it ain't had to be like that, but it is what it is though. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
That's why I try to just, like I said, man, I look at boxing, man. I watch boxing. I'm a fan of certain fighters, but I ain't got no feelings for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If that means anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan, but I ain't got no feelings for them because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some. I'm just hoping that, you know what I'm saying, everybody at the end, you know what I'm saying, go home and have their faculties and they didn't lose too much of themselves, you know what I'm saying, in the previous fight. Other than that, you know what I'm saying, just keep pressing forward because y'all making the bag. So no, I don't make that. Especially the top guys that we have, you know what I'm saying, that we put up on the pedestals. I don't make what these guys make, you know what I'm saying, in a year.
Right.
Do your damn thing, man. Good job. But
Right.
other than that, no, yeah, other than that, it's on to the next damn fight. It's on to the, that's how it is for me, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I can't tie myself that damn close. I'm like, no, let me know when your next fight.
Right. You know, I just ain't never seen so many men dicked out over a grown man though. That shit crazy to me. I ain't never seen that before, but I have now.
Let me know when your next fight, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll talk about it. Or if there's speculation of somebody else then called you out. Yeah, all right, that's cool. But if ain't nothing going on, man, hey, man, I see you when I see you, man. I got to talk about this because, look, boxing is ever evolving. You got guys coming in. There's different classes of guys coming in right behind. The next it guys. We were talking about the young man last night. What's his name? I'm sorry. From last night, second fight.
Jamal Harvey.
Yeah, Jamal Harvey. See what I'm saying? Second fight. And MVP Promotions put him on the stage to be seen for that exposure in his second fight. So, like I said, stuff like that, man. We got to look at who could be next.
Right. It was great. That's crazy. That's what I actually came in doing. Mm-hmm. You know, of course, I got, you know, the guys. I support a lot of different guys, but you know, these two guys, you know, speaking for us, Norman and Deontay, them like real brothers. You know what I mean? So like, that's different. But I came into the game talking about putting fighters on, turning people on to different fighters. So, you know. It's gonna pick back up. It's gonna get even bigger now. Though. For the plans for 2026 gonna get even bigger.
Okay. Here's cool.
As a fighter, how often do you watch like boxing? Because you know there's like fighters like, for instance, like Archer Beterbiev that claims that he don't even watch like current boxing at all. Do you watch boxing actively?
Honestly, that's a 50-50 question for me because I watch it because I gotta talk about it on the shows or the channels or on different panels. You know what I'm saying? I got to. But if I had a choice without doing that stuff, no, I wouldn't. I'd be looking at old school boxing like. This morning, I was just watching Joe Foreman in the morning before I got up and got to moving around the house and, you know, getting some good work in. So I'll watch Joe Foreman in the morning. So it just depends. I don't really be watching. I really don't. I watch one of my guys who was in the gym with me in Tennessee was Avius Griffin. I rewatched his fight because I missed it. That's when he got knocked out last night. So he needed that bounce back because MVP probably gonna let his ass go.
Right.
We needed that last night, so you know, certain guys I keep in touch with, you know, keep stuff like that. Like I let people know the guys I support though. You know what I'm saying? The guys I support and I thoroughly watch, so I can tell you a lot about them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really fans of a lot of the guys now. a lot of them fight the same to me.
Mm.
A lot of them don't have, I'm gonna say they don't have skills, but a lot of them fight the same to me. So it ain't like they can do something in the ring, and I'm like, why he do this and what he doing right here? It's basic stuff. I like looking at the old school fights. I'm like, he got this crazy ass stance, but it's effective. Why is it effective? So that type of person. I don't really, to answer the question, that's 50-50 for me. I'll go watch an Optimal fight quick.
Right. No, I feel you. Because, yeah, I be taking it back as well. You know what I mean? Because something like you don't even see the cross arm defense too much in today's boxing.
Nah, you don't.
Like you did with like George Foreman and like Ken Norton and shit.
Right. You don't see that at all. But it's effective though. But people got to understand why it's effective. I just seen like a video from earlier when Tim Bradley was explaining the crossbar defense. And people didn't know, people was in the comments like, that crossbar don't work. I'm like, shit, Bill will do it.
Solve an uppercut.
Bill will do it. Why ain't nobody beat Bill? Or besides, Arthur. Bill will do it, and he's been doing it for a long time. What you call it? Used to do it heavyweight. Or Andy Cruz. I'm not Andy Cruz. What's his name?
Ruiz, yeah.
Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz used to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? People don't, but now that I'm saying it, people they're gonna go watch it like, damn, he was right. No, I really watched some people, but I really love that old school style, man. I'm just enthusiastic with it, honestly. Shit, Holyfield used to do so much.
Indeed. Y'all got about 13 minutes before we closing up the lounge, the US 6 open mic. Get your bars off. What you think? Of course, you know what I mean. We spoke on Terrence Crawford retiring and whatnot, but he did retire, leaving off with a little bit of a bang, I would say. In regards to the WBC situation.
You know what though? He right. I don't see how nobody can argue that. I'm gonna take it back to 2000. What that was? 2020. I'm gonna take it back to 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Deontay talked about it in an interview. Well, I think Ellie Setback was at the gym. It was either 2020 or the short end of 2020. It was somewhere long enough. I know it was during COVID because they had a mask on. And he was stating, about these guys in these suits. And he was talking about the belts. He was like, man, you gotta pay all this money for the belt. Where's the money going? He was stating that, they be one who they pretty much sometimes pick who they want to be their champion, who to represent them and stuff like that. Like he was saying this. Then right after that, Earl Spence started talking about it. In fact, he said it in front of everybody up in New York. I was at that press conference.
Facts.
He said it in front of everybody. And he was talking about where the money be going. Because again, when these guys injured, have speech impediments at the age of 50, 51, 55, they ain't getting none of it. All that money been made. But these same guys we've been seeing for years, CEOs of and presidents of sports network. Let me see if I can put this computer in. The sports networks, the sanctioning bodies, you guys, after everybody's done and retired, get what? They still gonna be around, eating, riding good, riding double R's, Mercedes, flying here, flying there, all these different sanctioning body parties and conventions. They still gonna have that.
But they like.
You know what I'm saying? They still gonna have that.
Well, we got the US 6, the usual suspects. We have our 6 reasons why we've chosen not to recognize the WBC belt anymore. We have Riddick Road trashed the belt. Our 6 reasons are posted on the website usualsuspect6.com. For all the listeners, everybody in the chat, make sure y'all go tap into that. You know what I mean? And KG, I think we have a next target, the WBA, because they've been on some fuck bullshit as well.
Primate. I don't know, man. Is it like outdated advertisement? When was the last time a mascot was actually really needed? Like mascots came like decades ago, and you know what I'm saying, they stood firm from that point. You don't just, I don't know, unless you're, you know what I'm saying, unless you're damn Supernova. But
speaking of mascot, where was Jake Paul's mascot? Maybe that's why he lost. You know what I mean?
Maybe
we need to bring the mascot back out. But the WBA monkey mascot that could slightly resemble Tay was absolutely out of line.
Yeah, please, man. I can get it. That's something I understood. Did you see that, Tay?
What's that?
WBA and their new mascot.
His mascot?
They got a mascot, WBA.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they got a monkey mascot.
Oh, I didn't know that. Who's that?
They got a literal monkey as a mascot with a belt around the waist, monkey wearing gloves.
Oh, yeah, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
And the fighters ain't saying nothing about it?
I've seen nothing that's been said about it. Shout out to Drew Titan. He's the one that posted it up. He posted it. He's like, do what you want with it.
Right. No, I ain't seen it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I ain't modern day hasn't seen a necessity for a mascot. I don't know, man. I don't like it. And I usually, you know what I'm saying, don't point out certain things, you know what I'm saying, of that nature. But it stood out. I was like, why? It was just like a why thing to me. Like, why?
Right.
Like who's part of your R&D, man? Who came up with this? They said, yeah, we're going to kill him with this one.
So, yeah, that's somewhat eye-opening. And that's just a small smidget of the fuck shit that they've been putting out with their multiple belts, interim Reggie belts to their world belts that they say they're gonna consolidate, but they never do. Their off-par substandard ranking system of guys that, once again, a lot of us never heard of. So what leads me to this last question for you, Tay. You know what I mean? Because there's been a lot of dissidence against the traditional sanctioner body. And of course, Big Turk and Dana White, they're putting something together. And of course, this will be a big year in 2026. They announced the deal with Paramount Plus. Big deal with Paramount Plus. How do you feel about TKO boxing? Of course, there's been a lot of resistance in regards to the Muhammad Ali Revival Act. And I think there's been a lot of misinformation about it. People saying that the Revival Act is trying to take away from the original act, but in fact, it's adding on to it. Adding on league type standards, corporate type standards. How do you feel about this new league coming into existence, TKO boxing? And how do you feel about this Muhammad Ali Revival Act? Have you read it? Are you aware of some of the stipulations that are within this amendment?
I actually know a couple guys with that's gonna be doing a TKO. Personally, man, honestly, it can be a good and bad thing. The bad part about it that I already had a negative vibe from is dealing with the Muhammad Ali Act. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to control it in a pretty much like a new world order, and a lot of people not gonna go for that, and that's one of the reasons why what Terrence Crawford did was really tricky in the sense, because all that did was play into what TKO was saying anyway. You see what I'm saying? But of course, Terrence not looking at it from that position because he don't give a fuck. They don't have to pay $200,000-$300,000. You see what I'm saying? Everybody else don't. He does. So he's looking at it from that sense. But other people, they're looking at it from like, man, we ain't gonna be able to make nowhere near the money that you can make simply because of the Muhammad Ali Act. And we're not gonna know how much more potential we can make because we won't. But they don't have to open their books and let us see different things. So I feel like TKO can be a good and bad thing. Yeah, it'll keep some of the smaller like regional fighters who's trying to make it to the top, if that's what they want to do. It'll help them to stay busy, keep a couple bills paid for here and there. But ultimately, it's gonna have to do something like, ain't nobody trying to live like no MMA fighter, bro. Let's count. Ain't nobody trying to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Why not? Why not? Let me give you some smoke on that, because last time I checked, a lot of these MMA fighters, or specifically UFC fighters, they don't work no 9 to 5s. They steady just working as athletes. Their job is to be a UFC athlete. You know what I mean? But we know plenty of fighters in boxing that if they're not in the top tier, they're gonna might have to work a 9 to 5 or odd job. You know what I mean? During the in between fights, or if they only get one fight a year.
You right. Now I look at
the boxing don't have a middle class. It's the haves and have-nots. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm kind of looking at it favorably, because it might help the middle class for boxing. And that's what UFC has. UFC has a middle class. They might not have all these multi-millionaires at the top, but they do got guys that can afford to just be fighters and not have to, you know what I mean, work as electricians or drive in an Amazon truck, you know what I mean, to make ends meet.
Right. Now I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Why? That's that word again, proceed. So I ain't look at it like that. So I ain't look at it like that. So now that you say that, yeah, you're right. Because even myself, you know what I'm saying? I chose to keep a job because I know how I feel to be pursuing something and you ain't got nothing to fall back on, because it already happened to me with me pursuing football and had nothing to fall back on. Mm-hmm. So I went back to school, got my degree. So now with me fighting, I always had a job, and now I start my own business. So with that being said, now I can do what I need to do to fight if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now some fighters, like you say, MMA, they don't do that. They continue training, but they consistently fighting though. And that's another problem with boxing. And that's why you got to get with the right promoter. One promoter who people, you know, they give him hell is Samson. Samson guys, man, them motherfuckers fighting like this. They always fight.
They active, yeah. Okay.
They stand active. You know. Now ain't no telling how much you taking from them, but they active. You know what I'm saying? And if you can have 3 fights a year, 50,000 each, that's 150,000. Ain't nowhere in hell you should be working. You know what I'm saying? If you live in your means, yeah, you shouldn't be working at all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I ain't look at it like that. But you're right. You're right. You absolutely right. I did not look at it like that. But now that you said it, I gotta look at it from your perspective because, man, it make a lot of sense. Because you're right. And I think me and KG was talking about it the other night, one day last week or something like that. But we're talking about these guys don't have jobs, and why they fighting. And matter of fact, I was like, I don't see how they be fighting. I don't see how they be having bread or whatever the case may be, because they damn sure ain't fighting. Especially on on a regional level. I don't see how they doing.
I don't know, man.
Unless they still in the basement or something.
TKO is trying to create the middle class of boxing.
Yeah, but you can't create them. Look, man, look. I don't know if y'all know who this is. Can y'all see that?
You say Johnson and Perez.
So I fought he in the UFC now. I fought Charles Johnson. I think he was like my 4th pro fight. To this day, the hardest fight I've had. To this day.
How so?
He was game. He was skilled. He was tricky. He can fight southpaw and orthodox. He kept moving. He was punching on the go, punching going backwards, punching going side, lateral movement, punching going forward. I was like, God damn. Hardest fight I've ever had, bro. And he fought a lot of guys before me. And a lot of guys he fought, he wasn't getting the decision because he was fighting in their backyard, so he was getting a lot of draws. But to this day, hardest fight. Now he getting ready to become a UFC champion. That's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I think that TKO, man. I think it'd be all right, but I just don't like the idea of losing to Muhammad Ali.
No, but that's the thing. That's the misconception. Well, from my understanding, there's gonna be a choice. You can stay with the old guard, or you can go on, or go over to the new. There's not going to be any type of removal of the old Muhammad Ali Act. So boxing outside of TKO is going to remain the same, and it's going to continue to go on. Maybe the competition might even get more competitive between the two guards. But this Revival Act or this Muhammad Ali Act is, I think, more specific to the corporate or the league structure, because they're introducing things like medical benefits, like drug benefits that not only are just for the fighter, but extend to the intermediate family.
Yeah.
I don't see no boxing promoters or sanctioning bodies offering that to the fighters in traditional or the old guard of boxing. So you figure it out.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're right. That makes sense.
So yeah, we gonna see in just a short few, you know what I mean? The new year is definitely coming up, and I believe they have a card scheduled for late January, early February. So
yeah, Matt Truck supposed to be fighting on that.
Who?
My boy, my heavyweight Matt Truck.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Okay, so he's one of the TKO signees then. I think you say, okay, yeah, we got some news. We got some news in the lounge.
Yeah. So I can't wait, man. So I just want to see how it play out, though. I guess I don't want to, go get down too too far down their throat right now.
Right.
You don't want to be the first to the party.
Huh?
You don't want to be the first one to the party.
Yeah, man. You know, I'd rather have my shit right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it'll be good though for sure.
What you got? All right, we're going to go and close it out.
There we got, you know what I mean? We 2 hours deep. You know what I mean? We didn't really touch on, nobody wanted to really touch on the Matias topic. I mean, that's kind of, I guess that's kind of cooled off, but we definitely had great cooks on everything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unfortunately, nobody else wanted to pull up, you know what I mean, to the lounge except for the Queen Shower. So salute to her. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all check her out. Yes, indeed, boxing right here on YouTube. And she gives some of the greatest boxing breakdowns. You know what I mean? All the current fights, championship fights, international fighters as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's Yes Indeed Boxing right here on YouTube. Make sure y'all go check her out. Earlier on, before we get out of here, the reason why I asked you, Tay, about whether you actively watch boxing, I was kind of like, you know what I mean, feeling you out, pause. In the sense that, because we run a fight pool, you know what I mean? And I was going to invite you, depending on your answer, of how actively you watch current boxing, I was going to invite you to be in the next season of the fight pool. You know what I mean? That's going down there. We pick fights, championship fights, important divisional matchups. You know what I mean? For 14 weeks straight. The player with the most points, they get awarded the league pot. You know what I mean? And championship jacket and all that. They're the proverbial holder, the crystal ball, because they had the best fight predictions. So yeah, the US 6 fight pool. I'm letting you know you are invited if you want to tap in the next season. And everybody that's out there listening and will be listening on the playback. You know what I mean? The deadline to be a part of the league is January the 23rd. Season 3 starts January 23rd. You know what I mean? That's the US 6 fight pool where we pick all the dopest boxing fights. AG.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Open mic. Another one, US 6 Sports and Entertainment Hub. Make sure y'all subscribe, follow the channel. Earlier on, we had the Fight Pool Awards. Salute to TD Sports Talk. He is the current holder of the crystal ball. Has the best fight predictions out there right now. He also has his own channel on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe to TD Sports Talk. And yes, salute to him once again. But yeah, another great show.
Another open mic. Shout out to everybody that watched. I don't know if you guys understood the concept of the shows. Open mic. You guys can pull up, come chop it up, get your shit off. I guess it was just open windows. They just looked in. And I appreciate that too.
Yeah, it's because when Tay pulled up, you know what I mean, as the guest host, is like, you know what, we got here Tay Cook. You know what I mean, and that's Tay's mic right there. It shouldn't have said open mic. It should have said Tay's mic. You know what I mean?
Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah,
we salute for you for pulling up. You know what I mean? It was a beautiful thing.
You already know.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, so, man, hey, Alpha, man, you already know, man. Until next time, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tap in to anything that y'all see that US 6 stamp on. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be something that's going to catch your attention. It's going to make you want to either actually make you want to purchase something or actually say, you know what? Let me get out my feelings and actually talk some real boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? So It's just one of them.
Right.
One of them. It's one of them, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But you want to close this out, Odd, or you want me to just leave on that damn note, man? That, man, if it ain't got US 6 on it, man, you know what I'm saying? It ain't got us on it. I'm just saying. I'm going to just keep it like that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Need a commercial.
The usual suspect, Tay.